Hey guys, you're talking to your street professor. Everybody needs a coach. You know, football teams have a coach, basketball teams have a coach. And if you're going to take it to the next level, you may need a coach also too. So hey, if you want to book a session with your street professor, simply go to rorydouglas.net. Once again, rorydouglas.net and holler at a scholar. Welcome back to another episode of Holler at a Scholar. You rolling with your street professor. And I want everybody to open up their ears, take out your pens and your pads, your smartphones, fasten your seatbelts because we're about to take this thing to another level. Holler at a Scholar. Welcome to another edition. Holler at a Scholar. You're talking to your street professor. And I am so happy and blessed to be with you guys again. And I'm excited to talk about this topic today. And I'm just going to jump right into it. There's no sense of wasting time, right? We just got to be about it, right? So what I want to talk about is this today, you guys. I want to talk about entrepreneurism. That's right, being an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur is one of the hottest topics right now in the world. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. You know, everyone wants to be independent. Everyone wants to be financially independent, don't you? It's nothing wrong with controlling your own destiny, but I want to talk about an entrepreneur. And I want to talk about not only entrepreneurism, I want to talk about what an entrepreneur is. And, you know, the professor is going to put a spin on this thing. Always. I put a spin on it because I drop those nuggets. And remember, I went from the streets to corporate suites. So I give you guys that street game and also give you guys that corporate game. So I pretty much put it together. I call it my gumbo. I put everything together and I come out with that perfect recipe. So I got something for you guys. I invented a word. And this word, it could be, you could probably classify this word as ebonics. I don't know what you're going to call this word. I wouldn't even say ebonics. I don't know what to classify this word, but I created a word, and I'm going to let you guys know what that word is. And, I might as well just jump into it and let you guys know what that word is. I created a word, and the word is want-trepreneur. That's right. Want-trepreneur. Think about that. A wannabe entrepreneur is a want-trepreneur. I'm going to say that again. A want-to-be entrepreneur is a want-trepreneur. So I created that word. So I want to talk to you guys about the difference between an entrepreneur and a want-trepreneur, because there's a big difference. But I want you guys to know this. There's more want-trepreneurs than entrepreneurs. There's more want-trepreneurs than entrepreneurs. So let's break down what an entrepreneur is, because I talk to many people many times and I get many different explanations, many different definitions. And a lot of people, they struggle when it comes down to what is an entrepreneur. But I'm going to give you guys 4 nuggets that will describe an entrepreneur. And then after I give you guys the 4 nuggets that will describe an entrepreneur, then I'm going to give you one word that best fits an entrepreneur. Okay? And the first nugget is, in order to become an entrepreneur, you must have, or you have to have, a great attitude. That's the first thing. You got to have a great attitude if you want to become an entrepreneur, because your attitude is always going to determine your altitude. So that's one of the main attributes of becoming an effective entrepreneur. You have to have a great attitude. And you should have a great attitude in general in life, because I'm telling you guys that your attitude, man, it has a lot to do with your success. Your attitude has a lot to do with your happiness. And then the next nugget is creativity. Creativity. You have to be a creator in order to be an entrepreneur. Your creativity has to be in place. A creative person, a person that has different ideas, a person that thinks out of the box, a person that has a strong imagination, a person that carries out what they are thinking about, or whatever idea to come to their mind, they carry it out. Creativity is very, very important if you want to be an effective entrepreneur. And then the next nugget is relationships. Relationships, I would say, one of the most important one when it comes down to these nuggets, relationships. Because, when you become an entrepreneur, you're in the people business. So relationships are very, very valuable. People have to be able to trust you, like you, and most of all, know that they can depend on you. So relationships is a big, big part of being successful when it comes down to being an entrepreneur. And then the last nugget is organization. Organization is key. Not only is organization is key, being organized is even more important. You have to be organized if you want to run a smooth operation. If you want to run an effective operation, you have to be organized. So organization is so, so important. But if I take all of these nuggets, all four, and put them together and just describe one word, that one word would be risk. That's right. In order to become an effective entrepreneur, you have to be willing on taking risk. And an entrepreneur is one who takes many risks. But there's a problem with taking risks. Virtually nobody wants to take a risk. Everybody wants to play it safe. So if you want to play it safe, if you want to stay in the comfort zone, you'll never become an effective entrepreneur, because nothing happens in the comfort zone. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to be willing on taking risk. And I got some news for you guys. I want y'all to take this because, you're talking to the street professor once again. I want you guys to take this and just put it in your brain. When you become an entrepreneur, you don't take any losses. There's no losses. There's only lessons. Those double L's. There's never any losses. It's only lessons. So an entrepreneur is a person that get immune to failure. They get immune to that because, when they fail per se, they don't take it as a failure. They take it as an experience. They take it as a lesson. And that's exactly how you become a more effective and a more strong entrepreneur, is because you learn from your mistakes. And I always tell people in life, things don't happen to you. They happen for you. Things don't happen to you, guys. Once again, they happen for you. But it depends on how you look at it. You can take it as if it's happening to you and get depressed, get discouraged, or you can take it's happening for me. So I take my experiences through life when it comes down to what I've been through, my trials, my tribulations, my successes, my setbacks. I take all of those things as experiences, and I take those things as lessons. I don't take those things as losses. Okay. So it's important, if you want to be an effective entrepreneur, keep that in mind. There's no losses. Put that in your mind right now. There's no losses, only lessons. So if you want to take risks, that's one of the main key factors as becoming an entrepreneur. You take risks. And, most people, they're conditioned. And what I mean by being conditioned, we're all taught the same thing. We were taught by our parents in most cases, go to school, get a good education, get out of school, go get a job, start a career, or go to college. But I got one thing. There's only one problem with that, rather. When you do go to school and then you do go to college, you get out of college, college doesn't teach you how to get out of college and become an entrepreneur, or get out of college and start a business for yourself. College teaches you how to get out of college and then in most cases go work for corporate America, or in most cases go get a job. And my definition of job is just over broke. I'm going to say that again. Just over broke. That's my definition of job. And listen, you guys, I'm not talking against jobs, because you may have a job out there. So I'm not talking against jobs, because if you have a job, you're happy with what you do and you're working your job, hey, that's you. I'm not against that. But what I'm saying to you guys is this, because I want to drop some knowledge on you guys. If jobs were so great and so magnificent, why is it that 85% of Americans are dissatisfied with their jobs? Facts. I'm going to say that again. 85% of Americans are dissatisfied with their job. Facts. So if jobs are so great, why is it so many people dissatisfied? I'll explain to you the reason why. Because your destiny didn't call you to your job. Your dream didn't call you to your job. That's right. So if you have a dream, I'm just giving you guys an example. Let's say if you had a dream to run your own manufacturing company. You want to create it. The God gave you an idea to invent something or create something, and you wanted to pretty much build your own manufacturing company. You wanted to have the best, biggest business in the world. We're just imagining right now. And you had a dream, you had a vision, and you basically desired to just do this thing, but you never did it. And you settled, instead of following your dream or going after your destiny, you just went and you got a job. You can't tell me that you're fulfilled, because there's always something that's greater inside of you. So what I'm saying to you guys is this: if you have a dream, you have a destiny, you have passion that you want to build something, whatever it may be. If you want to create something, if it's a business, if it's a product, if it's a invention, or whatever it may be, if it's a certain technology or an idea, whatever it may be, if you have that inside of you, that passion that you have inside of you to be able to accomplish that thing that's inside of you is not something just going to easily go away, because it's a part of you. And most people, when you talk to them, they have a dream. They have an idea. They want to do something big. They want to do something great. And most people, they don't move on their dreams. They don't move on their vision. They don't move on their destiny. And what I'm saying to you guys, that if you want to become an effective entrepreneur, you got to believe your dream. And not only do you have to believe your dream, you have to believe in yourself. So let's get back and talk about what it takes to become an entrepreneur. We know risk is very, very important. The next thing is, in order to become an entrepreneur, you have to have confidence. And confidence, you guys, is a very, very tricky word. Most people, when you ask them about confidence, they think, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and I'll get the confidence. But guess what? You have to be able to really, really be able to understand what the word confidence mean, because the word confidence is given in so many deceptive ways. It's given in a way where you just get confidence. No, confidence, it's just not going to pop up. Confidence is just not like a caboose, like some magic. Let me give you guys the proper definition of what confidence is all about, because I want to give you guys these nuggets. Confidence simply comes by doing the same thing over and over again. That's how you gain confidence. By doing the same thing over and over again. That's how you gain confidence. Confidence is just not going to happen tomorrow. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and have confidence. Confidence is just like practicing. The more you practice, you get better. You don't get bitter, you get better. So if you really, really want to build confidence, you got to do the same thing over and over again. I'll give you guys an example. A long time ago, when I wasn't an entrepreneur, I did have a dream. I had a desire to do something big, but I had one problem. The problem was I was afraid to talk to people. And that's a big problem. You want to become an entrepreneur. I was afraid to talk to people. But today I can talk to 20,000 people. I can talk to 10,000 people. I travel all around America talking to audiences. And I don't have that fear anymore, or that phobia. And the reason I don't have that fear or that phobia is simply because I gain confidence. And I'm giving you guys those nuggets of how you gain confidence by doing the same thing over and over again. And also, just keep in mind, you guys, that fear simply stands for false emotions that appear to be real. Your fear will rob you of your destiny. I'm telling you, your fear is the bank robber of your dream. Your fear will destroy you. Your fear will stop you. So it's important that if you want to be able to get over your fears, you have to gain confidence. And the way you gain confidence, you guys, you have to do the same thing over and over again. And you take baby steps. You take baby steps. And as I would always say, praise progress, but not perfection. It's not about being perfect, but you just have to take baby steps. So if you want to be a strong entrepreneur, you have to have confidence. Okay? But here's the thing. When you become an entrepreneur, When you become an entrepreneur, you have to have a mindset that is relentless. You have to have a mindset that don't have any quit inside of it. You see, because I want you guys to know this, the 9 to 5 mindset is an enemy to the entrepreneurial mindset. The 9 to 5 mindset is an enemy to the entrepreneurial mindset because the 9 to 5 mindset, it's set. I'm going to say that again. The 9 to 5 mindset, it is set, which means you are pretty much programmed. You're programmed on when to come in, when to go, when to take a break, when to take lunch. It's preset. And most Americans, most people in general, they get comfortable and they get pretty much conditioned to a 9 to 5 mindset. So if you have a 9 to 5 mindset, you will not be an effective entrepreneur. And I'm going to go a little further and tell you guys how that 9 to 5 mindset destroys a lot of people and how that 9 to 5 mindset robs a lot of people from their dream, from their destiny, from their purpose. But I want you guys to know something in life. When you find your passion, you're going to find your purpose. And in most cases, your purpose is that thing that you dream about. Your purpose is the thing that you desire to do, that big idea, that thing that you want to do. Your imagination, what you think about. And I always tell people that your dreams are not a figment of your imagination. It's just showing you glimpses of your future. So if you can dream about it, if you can imagine it, you can bring it into fruition. But most people, they can't do that. They don't pull the trigger in life simply because they lack confidence. And not only that, they're conditioned to that 9 to 5 mindset. So you'll never be an effective entrepreneur with a 9 to 5 mindset. Now, I'm not saying that you could, if you work in a job, you can never become an entrepreneur. If you work in a job, you can never become successful. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you guys is this. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to take risk, and you don't have to take those risks on your job. Most people play it safe. And what I told you guys last week, I said in life, you're only going to be doing 2 things. You're either going to be fulfilling your own vision or you're going to be fulfilling someone else's vision. But it's sad to say that in today's society, most people are fulfilling someone else's vision. And the same person that goes to work from 9 to 5 and barely miss a day, that same person, when it comes down to them for building something for themselves or doing something for themselves, they fall short because they're conditioned to that 9 to 5 mindset. They're conditioned to someone giving them a check. They're conditioned to someone telling them what to do. But this is the thing that I don't understand. And you guys may be able to help me with this. How is it possible that a person would think that investing 2 years or 3 years in their dream, or 2 to 3 years in themselves, whether they're going to become an entrepreneur or whatever it may be, but investing 2 to 3 years in themselves to get their business off the ground is a long time. But the same person that works on a job 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, and even 40 years don't think that's a long time working for someone else. Think about that. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, you guys, it's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. And a mindset, what I mean by the mindset, whatever you set your mind on, that's exactly what it sets on. So if you have the mindset of a 9 to 5er, once again, that 9 to 5 mindset is an enemy to an entrepreneurial mindset. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, you guys, you have to take these things I just told you, and you have to take these things to task, and you have to write them down. And you have to actually create a habit of winning, a winning habit. You shouldn't let a day go by without getting a result. If you're an entrepreneur, you shouldn't let a day go by without getting a result. And let me tell you guys this, winning is a habit and losing is a habit. And you also need to know why you win and why you lose. And that's why when you become an entrepreneur, we don't take losses. Remember, we only have lessons. That's the reason why we know why we win and why we lose. And that's the reason why we get better and not bitter. But here's the thing. Let's talk about the want-trepreneur. That's the part I want to talk about, that want-trepreneur. And most people are want-trepreneurs. See, the want-trepreneur is the person, I'm going to give you the definition. I'm going to give you the street definition. The want-trepreneur is the person that has a dream, They have hopes and desires to do something big. And that entrepreneur has that passion inside of them to do something big. But the entrepreneur never pulled the trigger. And not only do the entrepreneur never pull the trigger, the entrepreneur also, too, they start to go after what their dream. They start to go after whatever it may be in life that they're desiring, but they stop. And they create a lifestyle of starting and stopping. That's the entrepreneur. They create a lifestyle of starting and stopping. Here's the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is working on a job, dissatisfied, have a dream, have a desire to do something big. And guess what they do? They move on it. They move on it, man. They get ready. You know what? I'm going to start my business and I'm going to do this. And they start their business. And as soon as they meet an obstacle, as soon as they hit a wall, they quit. And they go back to what they were comfortable at. In most cases, they go right back to the job. And then a few months go by, and sometime a few years go by, and they're ready to start something else. They're ready to start something else up again. They got another idea and they want to do something big. They get involved. They start. And guess what they do? They stop again. Whether they get involved with a network marketing, or they get involved with an idea or a business plan, whatever it may be, they just start and stop, start and stop. And it's so funny that they do this. Some people do this all their lives. They do it in their 40s. They do it in their 50s. And some people even do it in their 70s. Start and stop, start and stop. That's a entrepreneur. The person that starts something and stop. That's a entrepreneur. And a entrepreneur, you guys, is somebody that talks a good game. The entrepreneur, they talk a good game. All they do is talk about what they're going to do, but they never do it. And it's an old song that I used to listen to when I used to be a kid with my mom and dad. James Brown made a song a long time ago. He said, talking loud, but ain't saying nothing. That's the entrepreneur. They talking loud, but they ain't saying anything. They always talk about what they're going to do, but they never do it. They hope and wish that they can do it, but they never do it. That's a entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur is a master procrastinator. The entrepreneur, man, they talk about it. They basically say what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. And people sometimes believe them because they procrastinate. But guess what? The entrepreneur never activate. They never pull the trigger. They never achieve their dream. They got that start and stop mentality, what I was talking to you guys about. So you don't want to be an entrepreneur, because the entrepreneur, not only does the entrepreneur procrastinate, not only does the entrepreneur allow their dream to be hijacked, the entrepreneur, on top of all of that, is the best actor. And you may be the best actor. What I mean by the best actor, the entrepreneur is a person that is like an actor that plays their role the best, but they're not getting paid for it. The entrepreneur acts every single day. They got something that they want to do big in their life. They never pull the trigger. They never make it happen, but they just go through life talking about it. They go through life describing how it's going to be and what they're going to do and when they're going to do, but they never do it. That's an entrepreneur. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you guys, you got to take all these things that I'm talking about to task. You have to take them to heart, and you have to make sure that you challenge yourself in areas where you're challenged. And I want to lay something on you guys coming from the street professor. This is a metaphor per se. Never let your weaknesses know your weakness. I'm going to say that again. Never let your weaknesses know your weakness. See, you have to speak life to every situation in your life. Your words, what you use, what you confess is what you're going to possess. That's important. Whatever you confess is what you're going to possess. Your words are so important. There's a scripture that says that man can't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. Your words are so important. Your words are so important that the Father tells us in his word that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Your words are powerful. Your words are either going to speak life or they're going to speak death, and you're going to have what you say. And when I talk to people, every single day I talk to people, and I can tell when people are ready. When I talk to people that use words like I wanna, I hope, maybe someday, I know right then and there that person is not ready because of the words that they confess, because of what they say. If you want to do something, that means that you're not ready. But the person that's ready, You know what they say? You know what? I'm going to do it. I can tell when a person wants to do it because what they say, what they confess, it's important. Your words was going to form your world. Your words are going to form your reality. And it's sad to say that most people who are entrepreneurs, they have subservient words. What I mean by subservient words, their words are reactive. Their words are not proactive. And what's the difference between reactive and proactive? See, when you're reactive, that means you're going backwards. When you're proactive, that means you're going forward. So people who are strong entrepreneurs, they're proactive. Entrepreneurs, they're reactive. They use subservient words. I hope I can do this. Maybe someday I can do this. Let me tell you guys something. If you want to be effective, you have to talk louder and walk faster. If you want to be effective, you have to use words that are superior and not words that are inferior. The entrepreneur is inferior. The entrepreneur is superior. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You got to be superior. You have to speak with confidence. You have to speak with confidence. And it's important. It's important because your words, like I said once again before, your words are going to form your world. And your salary could be the bribe to rob you from your destiny. I'm going to say that again. Your salary, could it be your salary could be the bribe that your employer give you to rob you of your destiny? Could it be? Because let me tell you guys something. I don't know about you. You know, I dared to dream. I believe my dreams. And I thank God that I'm living my dreams today. And I thank God. And despite of my disabilities, despite of my setbacks, despite of the things I went through in life, my trials and my tribulations, I kept believing my dream. And guess what? I'm living my dream. And I want you guys to live your dream also, too. I want you guys to not only live your dream, I want you guys to fulfill your purpose. And like I said before, your passion is going to lead you to your purpose. So if you're doing something right now that you're not passionate about, it may not be your purpose. Have you ever thought about that? It may not be your purpose. And I always tell people, you know, the average millionaire today has about 4 streams of income. The average American has 2 jobs. So if you do have a passion, if you do have a dream, what I want you to do is I want you to work your 9 to 5, but I want you to create your passion and your purpose as your hobby and turn your hobby into your job, turn your hobby into your career. But guess what? If you want to win in life, you can do more than one thing at one time. So if you have a job and it's a 9 to 5, work your job and be the best on your job. But your dream, don't allow your dream and your destiny to be robbed because of your job. Make sure that you also are fulfilling your destiny and fulfilling your dream. It's important. So I don't want you guys to be entrepreneurs. I don't want you guys to be that person that does the start and stop mentality, the person with the 9 to 5 mentality, the person that taps out when it gets tough. You know, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to be a giant, man. You got to be a warrior. You got to be relentless. You guys feel me in here? You got to be relentless, man. You got to be a warrior if you want to win. That's what it's all about. That's why I said you got to talk louder and walk faster. It's important if you want to become an entrepreneur and if you want to be effective. So listen, you guys, I'm giving you this street game and I'm giving you also this corporate game. I'm putting it all together. And I'm saying to you guys, once again, your dreams are not a figment of your imagination. It's just showing you glimpses of your future. Everybody deserves to win. You deserve to have financial freedom. You deserve to be able to write a check for yourself. What's wrong with that? You know, I want to part with you guys with a few words because I want to give you guys not only some inspiration, I want to give you guys some motivation also too. And I want to give you guys some spirituality. It's important that you guys keep this in mind. Don't be afraid to dream again. Don't be afraid to activate your passion. Don't be afraid to live your purpose. It's important. It's important because the Father said that he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. You deserve an abundant life because no one is like you. You are a masterpiece. No one is built like you. No one is built like you. If I'm just talking to one person, I want you to know that no one is built like you. You're a masterpiece. And you can do whatever you decree and declare, whatever you imagine, you can do it. So I hope that I gave you guys some words that's going to encourage you. I gave you guys some nuggets, but I want you guys to just live your purpose. And I want you guys to just live life to the fullest and be happy. So, hey, you guys, I look forward to talking to you guys next week, same place, same time. I'm going to save a seat for you in the classroom. You're talking to your sweet professor. Take care, you guys. I love you. I want to thank everybody for rolling with your sweet professor. We're going to be here every single week. Same place, same time, Monday. And listen, I want you guys to subscribe right now. And if you want to catch up with me, just simply go to RoryDouglas.net. Once again, RoryDouglas.net. Holla at a scholar. I got a seat waiting for you in the classroom. Take care.